Good morning. It's Jane with Scraptastic Yarns Podcast. I thought today I would do a small channel shout out. I have quite a few channels that I've been checking out. But before we begin that, I am going to tell you, I am part of Llama Mama's swap for February. I have been a little delayed in my crocheting because I have a crochet injury. That's what I'm calling it. Sometimes when we do too much crochet, we get a little tennis elbow, or what I call a crochet injury. And I really thought it was just a little tennis elbow, with the exception of this time, instead of just being sore, achy, and painful, I realized that whenever I pick up even my cell phone or a cup of coffee, that I have a burning sensation at the back of my elbow and the front of my forearm. So I have called my doctor. We talked about it. She's ordered some tests for me to have done Monday. She said she doesn't think it's a normal tennis elbow because of the burning in two different areas when I pick up anything. And I mean just even a cell phone, which weighs less than 3 pounds. So she thinks it may be a torn tendon. I'm hoping it's just severe case of tennis elbow. But we discussed, because she knows that I do a lot of crocheting, those kind of things. This is the hand that I cut when I'm cutting quilting things or bags to make. So it is a little problematic, because I do have that pain when I'm doing that. But we discussed doing some measures, doing the stabilizing of the arm and my wrist. That's the reason I have this on. And I do use that occasionally because sometimes when I've overdone the crochet in a day, I do have some aching in that. So what I generally do is I stabilize the wrist at night. The only addition is we've added a brace for my elbow. And she's told me I can continue to crochet, but I need to do it slower, in smaller increments instead of my marathon, which, as you know, we had snow apocalypse yesterday, and I had planned on crocheting all day long because I wanted to get this afghan that I am making. It's with the rest of the Halloween yarn and some Aran colored yarn. Wanted to get that completely done, and that didn't happen. It would have happened if I hadn't, done this. So we're treating it, putting a little aspartame on it every couple hours, icing it every couple of hours, a little ibuprofen here and there, all the fun stuff. I've had a lot of suggestions about using some Vicks Vapor Rub. And Vicks Vapor Rub is wonderful because you do get that continued heat, that comes from the camphophonique. And, yeah, I'm doing a lot of things to try to get it to behave. And like I said, I'm hoping that it's not a tendon, that it's just, I irritated it further than I should have. So, but my partner's items, I do plan on having that done next week so that I can get that shipped out to my partner. And yeah, it is crocheted, so I am doing a little here, a little there to get it done. Alright, let's get into the channels. I am going to list those down below and below the video, and underneath that you will see something that says show more, or maybe an arrow if you're on your phone. Click on that and that'll bring the list up, and you should be able to go directly to those channels by clicking on the link. I do know after a while they kind of expire a little bit. I just haven't had a chance to put them into the tiny URL. But you know, you can always do a search for these up in the bar and find the channels on your own. So, the first one is KaylaCrochetLove. And Kayla is quite prolific in her crocheting. She's just a very neat person to look into and to watch. And then, of course, there's a newbie here, and that is Dawn of Meemaw's Crafting. Dawn is really new. I think she has maybe 2 podcasts up, or 2 videos up, and she's got some interesting items. She's more of a southern girl. Let's put it that way. Then there's Erica of Froggy Day Crochet. In one of her first videos, she was several different names along the way, but she has quite a few videos up. And some of those videos up that she has were some of her past names. This is a new name she's gradually come into using, and this is one that she plans on using from now on. And then, of course, there's Penny Cheek. Penny, I believe she's in Florida. I first saw something off to the side that talked about a learning colors blanket. And I thought, what is that? So I went to look at it, and she has developed these Afghans. She makes things that she sells as well as, you know, for family members, those kind of things. And this was an Afghan to help teach young children their colors that she makes. And it's a very interesting concept. I had never thought about using that to teach children colors. But it's really nice. And then, of course, there's Billie. She's another Floridian. She is Crafty Floridian, and she has quite an interesting stories that she tells. Billie and I share a birth month, and she is my partner for the swap. I'm not her partner because the way Kayla did the swaps, you know, she kind of did this 3 thing, and you'd swap to him, you know, triangle thing. But we both have birthdays in February. We're both very creative, and that is true. We do a lot of things, and she reminds me a lot of my grandmother Billie. My grandmother Lily. Her sister's name was Billie. So when I see her, I see a lot of my family in that. And she has some wonderful stories. So check her out. And she does some beautiful work as well. All these ladies do. Ladies and men. And then, of course, there is Pam Red Gingerbread. She has quite a few videos up herself. I noticed some of her things aren't always yarn related, but you know, we all do a lot of crafts. So I'm really enjoying getting caught up and looking at some of her videos as well. And then there's Kristi of Kristi's Corner Booth. And Kristi, when she did her 10 non-yarny things, she introduced us to her horses. They are beautiful animals. But Kristi is quite an interesting person. She is a dispatcher. I have a friend who was a 911 dispatcher. And some of the stories that I've heard, well, 2 friends that were 911 dispatchers. And some of the stories are quite interesting. And yeah, check her out. She has some beautiful work for someone who's just learned to crochet. And I mean, she's fairly new at crocheting. So check her out. And of course, she likes books. Can't go wrong if you like books in my book. I love books as well. And then I had this one on my list, but she's no longer what I would consider a small channel. She had a lovely shout out by Crystal of Bag O' Day, and that is Rose with Roselikescrochet B. I think she's now up close to 900 people, but still check her out. She's got some beautiful work that she does, and she's quick. There's a new young lady, Chante of Yards of Yarn, and she is really new at the videos, but she's doing a lot of beginning videos, those kind of things, and she does some beautiful work as well, so check her out. There is MouseyMoo. I believe she is from New Zealand. She does quite beautiful work as well, and I believe she just found out that she has a nephew coming. So you want to check out the items that she is making, and she does a lot of. I know we all do it, but she shows a lot of things where she takes a pattern and she'll change it up so that it works for what she wants it to work for. So check her out. And then there is Amanda, Undercover Yarnsnob. Sorry, Amanda, I get a little stuck on that one. She has some beautiful work as well. She has done, I believe, 2 cardigans that she wears, and they're stunning. So she tells you where she got the patterns from, and she has some beautiful things. Dakota, this is Llama Mama's son, Mr. Cross Stitch, and he has some beautiful works of embroidery and cross stitch that he does, and he makes patterns for cross stitch, and it kind of makes me want to pick up cross stitch again. I don't think I'm going to start cross stitch again, although I have done some embroidery and I am enjoying that when I can do it. So check him out as well. That is it for today, and I will see you again soon. Everybody have a great week, and if you're in a snowbound, enjoy your snowboundedness by doing lots of crafts, crocheting, and even sleeping. Okay, see you again soon.